What's up, YouTube? What's going on? Welcome back to the Hatters Lounge. Hope you're doing fantastic, because boy, do I got a video today for you. Today, we're going to be discussing a trait from Hunt Showdown that has a lot of love and hate from the community. Today, my dudes, we're going to talk about fanning. Let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, what is a trait and how do you go about getting one? Well, first, you gotta play a match. During that match, you gotta either kill the boss, banish and extract QED, win the round, and complete the whole last point behind this video game, or kill enough AI, gather some clues, and GTFO. If you don't survive the match, you will not get any points for traits afterwards. You still get money and experience points, but that ain't what we're talking about today. So you do the thing, you extract, collect your hard-earned cash and experience points, and then you'll notice that you've got some trait points. Now, normally I'd walk you through my list of must-have traits, but again, that's not why we're here. So fanning will cost you 7 of these trait points, which is really expensive. So if you're gonna pick this trait, make sure that you can afford it. But what does fanning do? It makes your single handed revolver able to shoot faster from the hip. We all have seen the traditional cowboy shooters where the hero pulls out his six shooter, puts his non gun hand flat over the back of the hammer, and proceeds to turn a revolver into an automatic weapon. Yep, boys and girls, that's what this trait does for you. Turns your average hunter into a wannabe Clint Eastwood. So, how does it work? Well, basically, like I just said, it changes your hunter's hipfire potential. Notably, your character will stand differently when they are not aiming down their sights. All hunters in this game are right-handed. Weird chant. So, with this trait, they now have their left hand flat and ready to spam the hammer as fast as possible on the back end of your weapon. Along with this, every hunter also has an increase put towards their hipfire accuracy. But Stony, isn't that a good thing? I mean, yes and no. In Hunt Showdown, most engagements, PvP wise, happen at a distance greater than 20 meters. Unless, of course, the fight is inside a boss compound or a boss room. I mean, there's exceptions to every rule, but for in between that, most engagements happen over a greater distance. As such, most of the time you'll find that it pays to know how to aim rather than rely on hip firing. With rifles being more reliable than shotguns in the game, the player base oftentimes will be more prone to bring in longer range weapons. So while sending lead downfield at a faster rate might be a good idea for close quarters, at the range game, fanning will more than likely offer very little reward and leave your old reliable empty and pretty much useless until you reload it. So when do I use fanning? That's the real topic of today's video. So, this trait, like I stated earlier, got a lot of love and almost more hate from this community, and I think I know why that is. It's because in Hunt Showdown, there's one surefire way to win your PvP engagements. You ready? It's a big shocker. Send more bullets at your enemy than they send at you. Surprising. I know. Imagine winning a gunfight because you fired your weapon more than the other guy. What a novel idea. Alright, sarcasm aside, this is where fanning excels. Most experienced hunters, when they hear someone using fanning, will groan and make some comment about spam or lack of skill, simply because the trait breaks the normal ways that a gunfight works. Instead of peeking corners and aiming for headshots, or as I call it, dancing the lead tango of death, fanning makes it so that you're able to rush in, click M1 or whatever for console, and probably get a kill. This then becomes a game of needing distance, cover, good aim, and who can truly survive. So as a result, it removes the skill factor of a typical gunfight and instead replaces it with fire enough bullets and hope to hit the target.
Very American.
America. This can lead to some salty feelings from players that take pride in their ability to aim and win. So how should I use this then, Stony? Well, to be honest, I personally don't see a problem in using every game mechanic that I can to ensure my hunter's survival. However, I do fall into the category of players who would rather aim and outplay my opposition as opposed to just spamming munitions downrange. That being said, I feel like fanning does have its uses. Remember that part earlier when I said most of the player base brings in rifles? Exactly, most. There's still a vast number of players, myself included, that enjoy bringing the fight to close quarters and will bring shotguns. This leaves you at a huge disadvantage if you're using a rifle, kind of as you would expect. So, for all my fellow Sparks uppercut until I die players, you're almost always limited when fighting a shotty. Here is where fanning shines, in my opinion. The highest range shotgun,
Fanning,
and I'm not
and
talking
once.
about the nitro, that damn elephant rifle, yeah,
Nice
is
job.
under 30 meters. This falls with that range of being able to use fanning and praying that you can land 2 quick body shots. Now, that's the ideal, like put distance between you and the double barrel of oh shit. However, sometimes things don't go as planned, and you wind up in the same room as the pump action meet your maker device. Enter your ace in the hole, fanning, which, believe it or not, gives you a fighting chance of survival in that situation. So, built in oh shit button? Yep. And that's how it should be used, in my opinion, as a defensive tool, not an offensive one. Both your teammates dead in the boss room and you hear footsteps approaching? Fanning. Someone charging at you with a melee like a crazed Viking? Fanning. 3-on-1 inside the same compound? Fanning. Got jumped by a bunch of AI while in a gunfight? Fanning. Pushing into a compound, you see someone peek a corner with soft cover? No fanning. You gotta resist that urge. In a gunfight in the field? No fanning. Getting pushed with a shotty? Fanning. You catching my drift here? Personally, I feel that fanning as a trait and those who equip it have just gotten a bad rap, not because of what the trait does, but how the player base has used it. Too many times to count, I've beaten the boss, collected my bounty, and met a lead based death wall because a whole ass 3-man team decided to go clicky clicky spam spam time, which is infuriating when you're not able to counter it. So, in conclusion, I personally don't think the trade is actually that bad. I mean, who doesn't want to play a Western style game and pop off shots from the hip like they do in the movies? I just feel as if the player base took an oh shit button and turned it into a crutch. I click, they died. Haha, I'm so good at this game. Etc. Etc. So, last thoughts, it's not a bad trait. It's expensive for good reason, and it works out very well when defending against a rushing team or shotgunners. Does getting a kill with this make you better than your opposition, though? No. But it's not a trait that was intended to replace ADS or long range engagements. So are you a bad player if you choose this for your loadout? Not at all. It simply means you decide to bring a just in case strategy and you should probably use it as such. Again, fanning is a defensive tool, not an offensive. So, in other words, you're doing it wrong. Stop it! Respectfully. But that's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoy it. Let me know what your take on this is in the comments. And also, side note, I know this is a touchy subject, but please keep my comment section with respect. Everybody's entitled to their opinions, and respect is everything to me. So let's keep it nice, will we? But anyway, I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for checking out the video. Make sure you leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. As always, stay blessed. Deuces.